Mish, and welcome back to another tutorial on Crush Online. So this is the second part, bit more in depth about a couple of things here, but still pretty basic at the moment. So first things, this is the second area you would go to, a whole bunch of quest givers here, a nice little hub, a starter hub for you to work on for a couple of levels. So these are the main quest givers around here. Here we have a merchant as well, so a typical MMO style, go up to it and hit shop and you can see a few things here. I suggest you buy a couple of these scroll returns as well, as they're very handy throughout the whole time you play the game. So I could buy a good 20, they're pretty cheap, you earn a lot of money pretty quickly in this game. You can also do a few other things here as well, so if you need more health potions and mana, you can get them there. But initially you don't need them because you do get quite a few of them quite easily anyway. So as I said before, this is interesting here with the items. But before I get into that, let's just have a look at the quests, because there's some interesting stuff here which will help you out. So if we just go into the quest info over here, you can see they're broken down into certain areas. So the green ones are actually guides, so things to, an in-game tutorial with quests, they're the green ones. So yellow ones, they're the main ones, they're the ones that are actually driving force the kind of the story behind the game. And the pink ones are, just additional things for these quest givers over here. There are even blue ones as well that you get later on, but I'll show you those a bit later. So you can do things as well here. If you want to drop them, you can if you want to. But let us just go into this area here. They want us to go and find a missing scout. So let's go auto move, and there we go. We're running off to go to the, the dungeon where this quest is. So in we go to that area. So do you want to leave this area? I do. And into this area here. So this is the dungeon. There are many dungeons in this game, but this is the basic one. It's a bit of a tutorial dungeon, so it's pretty easy in here. Now, with the items we have here, so at the moment I'll just stick on auto. Okay, so as you can see here, I have SP. Now when I killed that warrior, I gained 25 SP, and if you look here, that correlates to this number here, so 160. So when I get 160, I will get one step in that gear. Now this stepping system only lasts, hold on, let me just take these guys out. This stepping system only lasts whilst you're in that dungeon or that area. So it's not a permanent thing, it does disappear when you leave the area. So as you can see here, let's put it is on auto at the moment, so there we go. So I gained enough to get 160, so I now have one step. And as you can see here, I now have step 1 attack plus 5. So that works throughout all the items. So it starts here on automatic, it starts from left and works all the way across here, then goes to the next one and goes across. But you can turn it to manual and do it yourself. Obviously that's quite advanced. For me at the moment, I'm still on automatic. I just find it easier. When I get to the getting to the gear that I'm not going to replace so much, I'll probably turn it to manual, but for now automatic is fine for me. And how I mentioned before as well, the weapons. So hit spacebar and you can cycle between them. So there we are, I've got 4 different abilities on this one, and then I can swap back to this one and use this one. So you're going to get some good combinations, you're going to get some good weapons that you like, that work well and synergize very well with each other. It's very interesting, this system here, and it really adds, if you get stuck in an area, you can just kind of grind the mobs a little bit and you'll gain a lot of power, probably enough to actually defeat them. When you start getting up here, when you have full complement of items and you start stepping up towards the end, you're going to be pretty powerful. And another thing I want to show you now as well is the leveling around the weapon. So let me just clear these guys out. There we go, shouldn't take too long. So as you can see, this weapon here has it has the number D, has the letter D there. That's a conversation for another video, but for now we'll just look at the leveling system. As you know, we could probably talk about the letter as well. So if we go into the inventory, you can see here I have these spell stones. So these are gained from questing and from killing mobs. So if I just click on that, right click it, and you can see that level 1 up there. If I do it again, it's now level 2. And you can see these things are increasing here. If you hold shift and right click, it does a whole level no matter what, and it consumes all the items it needs to get to that level. So keep doing it, and there we go. It's going more and more, getting more and more power. So that is how you level up the weapon. And you can purchase these as well by swapping jewels and stuff like that. And I assume you could probably use the in-game currency when it's implemented to buy more. They're going to have to hook you some way, right? It's not going to be entirely for free. So you burn these and get to a level. So when you see that, it's 9 out of 30. So when you're going to get to 30 out of 30, it will take a bit of time. I'd say probably looking at 5 or 6 hours. It depends on if it's your first go. You might be able to do it quicker if you know how to do it and whatnot. But so when you get to 30, you start using this stuff here, which is the reinforce. So you can hit reinforce and it resets it, but it sets it to C. So then you need to level it up again, and then you would reinforce it again, and it would go to B. But the reinforcement process is tricky. So there's a reinforcement stone required, and also these items here, the spell stones, they're D as well. So to upgrade when it's C, you'll need C spell stones. So maybe I'll try and explain that again. So you're in D, you get to level 30 in D, you will reinforce that item and it'll become C class. Then you'll have to start using C class spell stones, and so on and so forth. So that's interesting. And resetting them, it drops the ability down again, but you can easily get it up because you can swap, you can sell items and gain other items and mix and match. So you can get the basic levels pretty easy when you start getting into the game. There's many other things as well, but I think I'll probably just leave this video for now, as it's probably covered, I guess, enough about the weapons and the items here. So yeah, basic stuff, swapping between the different weapons you have, the different skills per weapon. As I said, you'll be able to buy more weapons in the future. This items here are very interesting with that stepping system. See, the stepping is not based on a timer. As you see, I've just been jabbering away here, and that's still fine. So you can spend as long as you want in here. I think you can even still die, and that doesn't disappear. It's more about if you leave this zone, then it just dissipates, and you have to start again. So I'll leave the video here. Stay tuned for more about this. There's a lot to talk about this game. Going to get into the PvP and the zones and stuff like that. But yeah, stay tuned for more. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, if it's helpful for you. Leave us some feedback below. Obviously, a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Subscribe for more content from myself. And until the next video, cheerio.